Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face, my card making space. And as the title says, wax seals. So I've already done one video so far for Altenew's March. Yes, it's the month of March. March release. I'll have a link to that video in the end screen if you missed it. One of the new products they released were wax seal products. And if you have followed me for some time, it's been a while since I've used wax seal. I collect them. I have a ridiculous amount of them, and occasionally I use them. So I did that today with one of the new little stampers and the wax seal and all the things. It's fun. It's fun, you know? So I use that on my card, some of the new die sets, splatter, of course, all the things. And this is also part of this card is part of an Instagram hop for this release. So as always, I've got a link to my Instagram in the description box below the video. Worth checking out because there's tons of inspiration. Like, there's just so many phenomenal makers, and I love seeing what everyone comes up with. So I'm part of that. I'll have a link to the new release. I will have a supply list and links to everything I used, as always, in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links, end up ordering something, I get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps pay the bills, keeps the lights on, heaters going, all the things, enabling me to keep doing what I do. So that's it for all the chatter and housekeeping. Let's get into making the card. So the first die set I'm using, because I used multiple on this card, is the Parchment Scrolls layering die set. And I only used this sort of unrolled scroll die from this set. There's, you can see on the packaging, there's a rolled up one and then like smaller ones. Options, love it. So I die cut all the pieces I needed from Altenew's Misty Moor cardstock. And then I'm using the same ink from the Nature's Wonders quad to just add a bit of ink blending because that'll add dimension to this. And this has got their little keyhole system, which definitely comes in handy to know where to line things up. And especially with one like this, like these little random pieces, they look weird, but once it all starts coming together, it's like, oh, I get it now. I get it. It looks like a rolled up scroll. Love it. Love it. So I just added the ink to give it that bit of depth and dimension, and it's all going to look darker. It's going to dry back quite a bit and look a lot softer when this card is complete. But for now, it's going to look a little bit messy, a little bit whatever, but always never a big deal. So I layered all the pieces together with craft tacky glue to build this scroll. I don't know. I've seen pictures already from other makers that have used this, and I don't know. It's brilliant. I'm like, I could never think of things like this, like how to make like random die cut pieces layered together to make this look so dimensional. It's fun. So, and also I did all this blend. Oh my goodness, you guys. Do you ever do that? Just make life harder for yourself? Like, why I didn't pull my grip mat out till way later into this whole card process. Like, I made such a mess. I've talked about this before. I had like maybe a square foot of space on my desk to work with. Anywho, back to what I was doing. This is the fun little envelopes die set. Again, I only used one envelope from this. There is multiples, and they're super cute. Like, look at that. Look at this cute little envelope. It's so adorable, and yet not super tiny. Although there's a couple like bigger ones, but they're just a nice size to like make layers of, on your card front. But I just used the one, and I die cut it from some Frosty pink cardstock, and then the little envelope liner just from some white cardstock. Although after I was done all this, I was like, oh, these would look adorable with pattern paper. Like, just make little like solid color envelopes and then die cut the liners from little pattern papers. How cute would that be? Seriously, stop it. Anyway, I just needed the one envelope though. So that's what I did. And I assembled it like so, put my little magnet on it. And then the next die set, I'm using the Zero Waste Berries and Branches die set. This I die cut from white cardstock because I'm just going to add my color with inks. And again, I'm just working on my work surface, not grabbing my grip mat, which, like, as I'm editing this, I was like, why did I do this to myself? It would have been so much easier to just stick everything to my grip mat like I always do. I have like 10 different grip mats. Do you need that many? No. A normal person needs one. I only need one. I do this as a job. Some have been sent to me, some I've purchased out of curiosity. I've got a pile of them literally right beside me. I keep them all a foot away from me, but yeah, I'm just telling you guys this, that, sometimes my brain don't work so good. Anyway, for some of these little bits, I used Frosty Pink and then some Coral Berry. And Coral Berry is another color that it goes on pretty intense, but it softens quite a bit as it dries. And I'm just using my little blending brushes. So adding some color to these pieces and then wiping my work surface off before I go on to the next colors, which are going to be greens. So for the greenery, I am using the Green Meadows quad, but specifically mainly the minty mint color and sweet leaf, and just slapping the color on. With these, they're literally just going to be filler to give a little bit of extra something to everything. So, and these inks, I've talked about this, they smooth out. They dry back and they soften, so they get a little bit later as they dry, and they smooth out on their own. So when I say I slap the color on, I literally mean that. Like I'm not worried about blending, getting it, perfectly smooth. It does it on its own. I love that. A lot of the inks now do that, and I've talked about it, showed it, everything, and it just makes me happy because it's like, this can all look like a hot mess. It kind of does, There's unevenness and it just is kind of a little blotchy looking, but when it's all dry, it looks fine. It all looks intentional. It looks like I know what I'm doing. So I pulled in the Hunter Green, which is the darkest color from that quad, to add to these two pieces just to mix up the colors of greenery a bit so they're not all the same shade. And then my brain started working again and I pulled out my grip mat. Good for me. It only took 90% of this card being done. Anyway, I'm using the vintage Motifs stencil, and I've got it on a piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to blend that same Misty Moor ink, which is a very interesting color. This entire quad, it's the Nature's Wonders quad, is very, I can just call it interesting. That's all I can say. I know a lot of people wouldn't gravitate for it. Heck, even I wouldn't normally gravitate for it, but they're very interesting neutrals. They have kind of a green undertone. They're kind of like, the slightest shade isn't an example of it, but the darker shades in that quad, they're almost like muddy colors. They're interesting. I like them. My photos at the end do not do this color justice, though. My camera just made it look way more yellow. It's not. It's kind of a beigey, muddy green undertone. I don't know how else to describe this color. I like it. Anyway, I blended that over the stencil, purposely having some little darker areas and lighter areas. It just kind of adds a little bit of texture. And then after I had done that, I decided to trim this panel down. It was originally A2 size, so 4.25 by 5.5. And I just knocked like a 1/4 inch off two sides, so it's 4 by 5.25. And then I'm now going to assemble my little cluster of die cuts here. So I've got my scroll and then my greenery and my little envelope. That sentiment is from the Scripted Sentiments die set, and I die cut that from black cardstock because I can't do nice writing to save my life. So I would use a die cut or, stamp something on that scroll. So I've got my little elements here, and I'm just adding the glue and, tucking them into the envelope, some behind, some under the scroll. That's what I meant when I said all these little greenery bits are like filler. So it just gives it that little extra something. So I just keep going and tucking everything in and gluing it down until I'm happy with what I've got going on here. And then once I've got these adhered into place, the sentiment, I had die cut it twice from black cardstock. There is an outline, which is right there on my desk, but I didn't want to use the outline, so I just used the words. And then I'm just going to stack them together just to give them that little bit of dimension. So get those stacked together. Then I'm going to adhere those to the scroll here. And then we're going to add a little bit of splatter. Not a ton, just a bit. And I'm going to use white gouache And I took the darkest green ink, Hunter Green. I've talked about this. When I'm mixing colors with white gouache, anything you add to it is going to get significantly lighter because of the white. So I want like a minty color. So instead of using the mint color of ink, I use the darkest green because you can see as it gets added and swirled into all of this white gouache, it ends up being the exact color I need it to be. So you always have to go a lot darker than you think you will. And if you want something, especially with white gouache, if you want a really dark, intense color, you either are going to need to use like an ink refill or you just need to get like a specific color gouache. I don't really worry about that. I just mix it and go with it. So I splattered that, and then I'm adding just a hint of black gouache. This stuff's super intense, as you can see. And I kind of deserve an award because I went very light-handed with this. Usually, you guys know I will slap on a ton of splatter. I just did a bit, you know, nothing too crazy, just a little bit. So splattered that, you know, very demure, very mindful. Set that aside, and now we're gonna play with the wax seals. So, like I said, I've got a playlist of videos using wax seals. The biggest thing to always remember, of course, is to be very aware of your surroundings. You know, I'm using a tea light that is flame. We play with paper and ink and all the things. So I make sure, even though I'm like down to a square foot of workspace, that I have clearance and I do not leave this tea light unsupervised on my desk. Like I am sitting here the entire time. Just be mindful, you know? So I've got my little craft mat on here that is heat resistant. I've got my little furnace, the tea light, the spoon, put in a couple little wax beads, and so that they can melt. And then I'm using, this is the mini With Love wax seal. It's so little, I love it. And the thing I'm liking with Altenew's release is you have the choice to get just like the brass piece and the handle separately. So you can get one handle and then you can just slowly, you know, build up a collection of the wax seal stampers and you don't need a bunch of handles. Did I keep all my handles with all my other ones? Yes, but I actually remove the handles from most of mine because it takes up a ton of space. So that other thing I did, I showed on camera, when I have lettering or it's a design that I need in a certain direction, I just place a mark with a Sharpie marker right on the brass part to show, it just gives me a visual. It's like, okay, this is the bottom, so I know where it's going. So I did a little test pour because the wax beads had melted, and then press the stamper in, and like, seriously, how cute is that? It's got a tiny little heart on it too. It's adorable. It's adorable. I could have used this one. I can adhere it. I've shown that also in that playlist. If you're going to adhere your wax seal into place, you need something really strong like red line adhesive, score tape, etc., because it's wax. I've tried liquid glue. It seems to hold, but you can pop it off with almost no effort whatsoever because it's wax. And so yeah, you just need to use a really strong adhesive. Me, as I just showed, I poured that wax directly onto this card front because I'm comfortable with it. So if you're not, pour it separately, play with it, you know, you can adhere it where you need it and it's fine. The other thing I do is while the spoon is still hot, I poured out what was left because I'll put that right back in the container. And while the spoon is still hot, I use just a piece of paper towel to wipe out that excess wax. If you do this, be very, very, very aware, very careful. That spoon is incredibly hot. So if it bothers you or it freaks you out, let it cool off and you can like peel the wax out. It'll just peel right out. And then you can also stick that back in the container because I just reuse it. It's wax. I remelt those pieces. I don't care. So I got my little wax seal and it's adorable and I love it. And then on the inside of my card base is a top folding A2 white note card, so 4¼ by 5.5 inches. I use that stencil again and the Misty Moor ink again and just my little blending brush. So did the exact same thing, kind of have little darker areas where the brush first touches the cardstock with the most ink. And I like it. I don't know why. I like that like unevenness of the inking. It just kind of adds to it. And then I did stamp a sentiment on the inside. I didn't press film when I did it, but nothing groundbreaking. I stamped a sentiment from an old set from the Pumpkin Patch set. I think it came out last year sometime. So I stamped a sentiment, and I'll show that in a minute, on the inside. And then I adhered some Minty Mint cardstock to the card front Thankfully, I had already planned to do that anyway because I managed to get black smears on the card front. So that's one way to deal with it. Just adhere something on top of it. So I added that and then my card front. And then as my final little embellishment, I have some blush pearl dots, which are self-adhesive. So I just peel them off the backing and then stick them into place. And then once these are adhered, this card is complete. So we've got splatter and die cuts and a fun little wax seal that is just, I don't know, it's just adorable. It's so cute. So like I mentioned in the intro, I'll have links to all the things in the description box below the video. So if you just expand that, everything will be there. You can just scroll down and check it all out if you're interested. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping and commenting. It helps a ton. I very much appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you. And I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!